It's your man Jay Graves Report, and welcome to the Mick Football Weekly Preview Week 3. Y'all know how we get it in, so let's get it in. Previewing all the top ball games from the Mick. Matter of fact, we previewing all the games from the Mick. Now, let's get right to it. Because everybody's in conference play, we got 4 ball games because it's 18. Do the math. All you done trying to count on your fingers and your toes is 8 teams in the Mick. So that means it's 4 ball games. Now, let's go to the first ball game. We got number 5, Center Grove, goes out to number 3, Carmel, to get it in. Now, here's the deal. Both these teams come into this ball game with 1 loss apiece. They both 1-1. Center Grove jumped into the doggone season with a conference game against Warren Central at Warren. End up losing that ball game by 3. But then they redeemed themselves last week by blasting Whiteland 41-0. Now, there's a kid at Center Grove. They call him Carson Steele. He's a freshman, better known as Potter in the streets. That done is averaging 144 yards a game, bro, on the ground. He's a monster. He put up 133 against Warren, game 1, first game out the 8th grade. Think about it. 2 weeks before that, the Dunn was in the 8th grade. Now he out here rolling on boys. But Coach Hebert and Carmel turned it around. They went down to Louisville first weekend, got the brakes beat off of them at Trinity. Came back last week against Noblesville, put up 31 points, pitched the shutout. Bo Robbins and company did work. My man Jake McDonald putting in crazy work. So now, here's the real test. When boys get into conference play, they about to put it in. I got to go with Center Grove to upset these boys on the road. Because here's the reason why I'm going with Center Grove to win this game. It's the young freshman. They can't do nothing with him. He's strong as a bull, fast as a racehorse, and know how to run the football. Like I keep telling you, the next great one to come out of Center Grove will be Carson Steele. So I'm going with Carson Steele to put these boys on his back and roll out. Now, let's move on to the next ball game. Now, we got number 9, North Central. Now, North Central won 2 ball games in a row. All of a sudden, they're in the top 9. They over at North Central can't even see straight, bro. They so hyped up. They lost 5 or 6 years in a row. They didn't win a game. They won 1 ball game last year. Now they went and got O'Shea from up at Lafayette Central Catholic, who was 114-10 in 9 years, won 5 Class A championships. Now he got these boys rolling. They 2-0 starting the season, and everybody at North Central walking around in the Twilight Zone. Hey, but now they got to show up and play number 2, Warren Central. Now, Warren Central coming off of a tough loss last week. They ran up against Louisville Trinity, and Trinity came in, beat them by a point or so last week. So now they got to rev it back. But North Central is putting in work. Quarterback Liam Thompson putting up 227 yards a game in the air. Rushing, you got George Stokes averaging 218 yards. He done put up 218 yards on 51 carries already. I mean, crazy. But on the other side of the ball, bro, let's come back to reality for a minute. We got Dean Tate putting up 258 a game in the air. David Bell, beast. DeJure Griffey, beast. Ramir Elliott, beast. Say it with me, beast. Hey, these boys putting in work. It's going to be hard to stop them from doing what they're doing. David Bell is averaging 150 yards a game receiving, bro. He's the real deal. He's only a junior. So, I know that North Central feeling good about themselves right now, but in order to be considered the real deal and a legitimate top 10 contender, you got to come in here and put in some work against these boys. Now, you don't necessarily have to win this game in order to prove your worth, but you can't get run out the gym on these boys. And Warren Central is going to be prepared to run you out the gym this week or run you off the field this week. But I'm going to go with Warren Central to win this game simply because they got all the veterans, they got all the doggone horses, and they know how to keep the horses in the lanes. So I'm going with Warren Central to win this ball game. Now, let's go to the next big ball game. You got Pike going out to play number 1, Ben Davis. Now, Pike coming off a huge win last week. They lost the first ball game in a tight one. Then they come in last week against Fishers and blow the doors off Fishers 43-0. Defense was unbelievable. Had 6 takeaways, put up 24 points off the takeaways. Reggie Lipscomb, woo is what they call it, went to work. That done had 16 carries, 103 yards, 4 touchdowns, had 3 on the ground, 1 in the air. Reggie Lipscomb put in work. Then you had Jordan Garrett, quarterback, put in work on these boys. Jalen Crenshaw had 4 catches, 82 yards. Darrell Black, 3 catches, 83 yards. They put in work. They look like they're a real team. They look like they ready to turn the corner. But then you got to show up against that brick wall. It's a runaway train over on the west side. Got to play. Ben Davis is the runaway train. Reese Taylor, the real deal. Done putting up 192 yards in the air. Another 67 on the ground. Then you got Johnny Adams coming right behind him with 112 yards a game. And Joey Pearson, 57 yards a game. Then you got 2 studs at wide receiver. Jermaine Hoskins and Brock Thompson. Hey, that's a whole lot to swallow, bruh. When you come in off a big ball game winning 43-0, and look here. Even though the head coach at Pike, Jimmy Graves, is my brother, blood is thicker than water, but it ain't thicker than logic. Hey, they ain't gonna have to do some real big planning and shock the world to go up into Ben Davis and beat the number 1 team in the state with all these horses. Now, I ain't gonna say that it can't happen, but I don't think it will. Not this weekend, bruh. I'm with you, but not this weekend. Hey, but good luck to everybody. But Ben Davis gonna win this ball game. Now, let's move on to the last ball game. My game of the week. You got the Battle of Lawrence. You got number 4, Lawrence Central, coming into this joint undefeated to play number 7, Lawrence North. Now, both these duns undefeated, both ranked in the top 10, and they both in the same neighborhood, fighting over the same steering wheel, wrestling over the same blanket. So now, here's the problem. Lawrence Central has been owning these boys for the last 11 years. They got 11-game winning streak on these boys, and I don't know, I mean, when you got 11-game winning streak on a boy, you come off in the joint with so much swag and confidence, they might just run out on the field with no helmets on and no shoulder pads. I don't know, Lawrence North. They've been putting in work. Y'all got a brand new stadium. You got to christen that joint by trying to win. Lawrence Central blasted McCutcheon in the first ball game, put up 40-6. Then they came back and beat Chittard 24-16. In my opinion, that was a letdown. They kind of played down to the competition because they should have put more points up the week before. I mean, that week. But Lawrence North playing at the crib. Coach Mal, get these boys ready. I'm going with the upset in this ball game. I'm going with the home team, Lawrence North, to win this ball game. Now, keep up with your man. I'll be at this ball game. We're going to have people out at the Pike Ben Davis game. Jay Graves Report going to be doing both those games. So make sure you're in there. And one thing I'm going to say, I'm making my rounds around the MIC, and I'm checking out all the student sections. I already been to Warren Central. The pit was lit. Sitting up at the top of the range right now. We went to Pike last week. Pike student section was off the chain as well. What they going to do at Lawrence North, I got to see it, because we're going to write about it. We're going to talk about it. But if you come out there dull, I will tell you that you dull. Because the first 2 places we've been, Warren Central and Pike, been off the chain. Hey, it's your man Jay Graves Report from the JGravesReport.com, or you can hit me up on Twitter at JGravesReport so you can holler at your boy. And also remember that this segment is presented by your good neighbor State Farm agent Ravi R. Murray, located 3955 Eagle Creek Parkway, Indianapolis, or hit your boy up at 317-297-3804 so you can holler at your boy.